Brandon Delali to do what some might believe only takes place in a science fiction movie.
It gets inserted into your skin.
A chip, and not the type you eat, but a microchip, has been implanted in Brandon's left hand.
This one is just a little guy right there.
Yeah, I see that right there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So after that was inserted and the swelling went down, I'm able to open up the front and back door to my house. I can walk up to people and have them tap their phone in my hand, instantly transfer my contact information, my portfolio, my COVID vax card.
But Brandon got to thinking, why stop there? He's got 2 hands, right? And plenty of room for more chips.
So I thought, how cool would it be if I could leave my house, no car key, no house key.
So 2 weeks ago, right here in Michigan, Brandon got another chip implanted, this one in his right hand, to unlock and start his Tesla.
It's a perfect backup, something you can never forget, something that doesn't break, something that won't fail you.
And if you think having chips implanted in your body requires a doctor or is costly, well, think again.
The chips themselves are anywhere from between $200 and $300, and the install only ran me about $100 because you can go to a local piercing shop who will obviously agree to do the installation. All the programming and coding, putting the apps on the chip, that's all done by me.
Moving forward, Brandon is thinking about having other chips implanted in his body.
So it'll be inserted right under or right over your breast, and then you can tap your phone to your chest and instantly get temperature readings.
And with all this talk about chips, Brandon hopes the chip for the Tesla gets the attention of you-know-who.
It would make all this worth it if maybe just like a thumbs up from Elon or something, or a simple emoji. I don't know, that'd be pretty cool.
Idea.
The technology is RFID and NFC, which is near field communication. So the RFID side is what has my student ID, and that's what a lot of the security systems where you put a key card up to a door and it unlocks it. The NFC is something that is almost all phones now, where if your phones do Google Pay, Apple Pay, any of that, it has NFC. And what that means is if you put your phone up in my hand, it adds my contact to your phone. And there's other things I'm able to have it do, and I can reprogram my phone instantly. I can't feel them. I would never know, but if I can feel that there's an implant in there, and you can feel it there, kind of, push against the skin. The overall reactions from my peers have been pretty positive. I've had some relatives who were more confused as to why I would do it, and I have one uncle who is very suspicious of everything, and I can't wait to see him this Thanksgiving because he's gonna have a lot to say. I use isopropyl alcohol to clean off everything beforehand. I use the wipes in the area where it would be going in, and then essentially I just laid my hand down and used one that got it in there. I was a little nervous, but before being computer science, I was planning to go into pre-med, so I already had a lot of experience with using medical equipment like this. I don't have a ton of experience because I was still in high school, but I had enough to where I was confident in not killing myself with it. It is a great conversation starter. I've been in classes with all right, everyone, what's your name and a fun fact about you? Usually it's hard to top something like this.
I'll make a fist and squeeze the tag to the top of my skin. I approach the device. It opens the Facebook page I sent it to.
Colin Crovino has a microchip implanted in both of his hands.
Some people just look really grossed out. I put my hand up and I let them poke at it and they freak out.
Developed in the 1950s and 60s, RFID chips, short for radio frequency identification, have been used by retailers to track packages and prevent theft. Farmers use the chips to keep tabs on their livestock. Pet owners use them to identify their cats and dogs. And lately, members of the so-called body hacker movement have been implanting RFID chips under their skin, programming them to perform various tasks. Colin Crovino, a smartphone repairman in Brooklyn, New York, uses his chips to open his front door. He found them on a website called Dangerous Things that sells implant kits and offers user tips.
I came across it when I was doing research on the Samsung deadbolt that I bought. And then the first thing that I noticed was that I could get an RFID tag that would work with the deadbolt.
Crovino plans to modify one of his motorcycles next.
And I haven't decided on where I want to put the authenticator, the antenna, thinking probably down by the seat somewhere because this comes off. So I would just tap my hand on it, and the light would come on as if I put the key in, and then I would just hit the ignition and start the vehicle.
RFID retailers estimate that between 30 and 50,000 people worldwide have chip implants in their bodies. German tech consultant Andreas Sjostrom used his chip as a boarding pass on a recent flight from Stockholm to Paris, and to get into an airport VIP lounge. Skeptics say the implants raise privacy issues and worry that strangers could tap into the information on a chip without the owner's knowledge. Others say potential uses for the technology, such as keeping track of a patient with dementia, could pose ethical concerns. Crovino and others see a future where technology and the human form will merge.
I think when it becomes more prevalent and there's a lot more things and options that you can do with this, that people will, opt in for that kind of augmented human sort of attitude. That's why I have an Android device and not an iPhone, is because I want to be able to customize everything I have, so why should I not be able to customize myself?
This is Revelations 13 and 16.
Okay, first off, I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shah by Hashem Rekakadash. Also want to give honors and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this word, and the brothers who teach sincerely down. Also want to give a salutation to the elect scattered across the four corners of the earth. And like brother said, I'm going to go into it myself. I was just piggybacking off this brother. Revelations 13 and 16. Let's get it. Because this is the major prophecy, the biggest prophecy of them all that has to pop off before our Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah comes back with the angels of hosts and destroy this place, Babylon. So let's get that precept. Oh, it's hot out here today. Let me hurry up. My air went out of my car. I'm hot. Us here at GMS, we keep going over the same precept over and over. And you got a lot of camps trying to say that we're wrong. I've already done videos on the man who created the chip. So for anybody who says it's not, he says it is. Who are you to tell the creator what he made? It's Revelation 13. This is Revelation 13 and 16. And he causes all both. And he causes all both small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond to receive a mark in their hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the numbers of the beast, for it is the number of man. His number is 666. And we said almost 55. How many people said it had it? Let's go back and see, because pretty sure it's gonna be the whole world.
New York uses his chips to open his front door. He found them on a website called Dangerous Things that sells implant kits and offers user tips.
I came across it when I was doing research on
Samsung deadbolt.
Crovino and others see a future where technology and the human form will merge.
I think when it becomes more prevalent and there's a lot more things and options that you can do with this, that people will, opt in for that kind of augmented human sort of attitude. That's why I have an Android device and not an iPhone, is because I want to be able to.
Salakia, I think it was around, I think he said 55. Let's look it up, just to be sure. it says about 50,000 and 100,000 people already have been chipped, and that's a lot of people. So with that being said, beware of these times we in. Call upon Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shad. Hopefully this was edifying to the elect. Shalom.